Sup guys, it's your boy Justin here with another Fantasy Month review. Just want to remind you guys, if you're a regular subscriber, please keep the likes and comments going. So today for Fantasy Month, we're reviewing the 2002 through 2003 mini-series Arrowsmith, So Smart in Their Fine Uniforms. This is written by Kurt Busiek with art by Carlos Pacheco with inks by Jesus Marino. So yeah, I don't want to go into detail on what the book, like, I don't want to do breakdowns on every issue. So if you want issue by issue breakdowns of this 6-issue miniseries, which there's a prologue, check out a friend of the channel's Dark Side is Comics. He did reviews for each issue. I'm not gonna do that because honestly, I have what I want to say, and that's it. Because I like the book, but yeah, I want to talk about my main problems with the book, which is the book is good, by the way. So yeah, this is published by Wildstorm, by the way. So it's like 18 US, 24 Canadian. So basically, this book, the premise of the book is that it takes place in an alternate World War I world where there's like fantasy creatures and magic, and you have this war in Europe where the Prussians, aka the Germans, are fighting, trying to maybe conquer Europe, or they're just pissed off that a nobleman friend of theirs died. Right. So we have our main character, Fletcher Arrowsmith, who starts off as a kid learning about all the stuff that's happening in Europe and wants to go and fight in the war and become an airman who use dragons, who have dragon companions that help them to fly. And here we learn about the fake Dark Lord, the Blood Emperor, which is like, oh my god, I thought they were setting up for like a World War I like style Lord of the Rings, but it did not turn into that, unfortunately. Which, when I saw how long that this was not the first volume of a series, that this was like a mini-series, this is basically like a mini-series, I knew that, okay, yeah, basically this book, despite all the fantasy creatures, despite all the magic, the book is basically just a war drama. It's basically a war film that has like fantasy elements to get people to actually read the book. Because that's basically what this book is. It's basically like a war film, a war drama film. It's not about good versus evil. It's basically, yeah, war is hell. There are no good sides. Our side is probably just as bad as the bad guys they're fighting. Because, like, yeah, I don't want to spoil stuff. That's basically what it turns into. But, by the way, the art is really good. I really like the art. The art is good. And this guy used to draw, like, Deadpool. Or did draw Deadpool. But the art was fantastic. Oh, my god. But yeah, that's basically what this is. Like, there's a little bit of Pearl Harbor. There's a lot of the Australian World War I film with Mel Gibson. I think it was called Gallipoli. This book mostly reminded me of that movie. Which, if you haven't seen that movie, it's a good World War I movie, but it doesn't have a lot of action. And this book does not have a lot of action either. Most of the action happens in the second half of the book. But yeah, it's like I said, the book is basically just a war drama. And I was a little disappointed because, like, while you're having all these fantasy elements, you have like the Fletcher when he was young, hear about the Blood Emperor, the evil Dark Lord, and it's like, oh yeah, no. It feels like I feel like we got hit with a bait and switch, even though I was expecting just like, you know, and just like a fantasy, like, sorry, a war drama that just happened to have fantasy. When you hit me with the fact that there's supposed to be a fucking Dark Lord in the book, and turns out that was BS, that hurt, man. That hurt, because I love, you know, it would have been, I know, like, writers like to be subversive and, like, what's the that anime snob expression? Oh my god, I forget what's called. Invert expectations or some shit like that. Subvert expectations, but it would have been you would have subvert my expectations more if it actually turns out there was a Dark Lord and there was a battle, like, you know, it was a battle against good and evil, right? Oh my god, it was the book was a bit too pessimistic and too realistic for a book that takes place in a fantasy world. God damn it! I wanted some, like, look at this shit. This is what I wanted, like a hero's journey, and we got, like I said, we got Pearl Harbor and all that jazz, which is like, oh my god, Pearl Harbor, Gallipoli, I think was the Mel Gibson movie. Like, oh my god, it's just it's not like I do like war films, I do, but it's like, you know, it would have been nice if there was something, if we, like, if the it just, like I said, it felt like we were hit with a bait and switch. Even though there is enough fantasy element, there are fantasy elements. Like, at one point they fight, their ship gets attacked by a giant sea monster. So that was cool. And like the Germans who were riding the sea monsters looked like Atlanteans for a second. I'm like, what the hell? Like Atlanteans from Marvel. Oh my god. But yeah, I like the book. I really do, but I'm a little disappointed, even though I knew going in what it was, but I forgot about the Blood Emperor from, like, watching Darksiders comics reviews. So I was hopeful, to say the least. But like, yeah, I shouldn't have been hopeful. I should have just, like, you know, kept my expectations not low, but yeah, I should have just, you know, yeah, I should have hoped for more, is basically what I'm saying. But the book is good. It's a solid 8 out of 10. It really is, but it's like, dude, like, what was the point of all the world building and all that jazz? And it's like, oh yeah, this is just a miniseries. Oh my god. So yeah, yeah, so that's it for this review, guys. I'm gonna have one more review for tomorrow. And then I'm going to take a break from the weekend because I have games I want to beat and review this month, but I haven't had any time to play. I haven't had any time to play this week. So yeah, so I want to, you know, the weekend to be for me, okay? So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Peace out.